go ahead and get started. Okay, so as the years have gone by of the Shine Tribe being in existence and all the amazing things that we've been through together as a team, I have in recent times just been thinking through what would be best for us as a team and what these calls are really, what are they doing for us? What are they the most effective way for us to communicate and to get training and to build ourselves as a team? And so a little history about why I even started doing these team calls. So my upline is Becca, and Becca's upline is Lindsay Matway. And Lindsay Matway really doesn't have an upline. She kind of signed up under a dead leg. So anyways, when Lindsay started the Bombshell Dynasty, she began team calls, weekly team calls, and they're still going on to this day. They're incredible. The Bombshell Dynasty is one of the foremost teams in all of Beachbody, and so there are rock star coaches leading the Bombshell Dynasty team calls every week. They take place on Wednesday afternoons, I believe. So then Becca, taking the lead from Lindsay, started doing her own BTFP team calls, which are on Thursday nights. And it was the same type of format of a teaching call. So basically, whoever is presenting has slides, and they teach, and they give trainings, and everyone just kind of listens. And maybe some people will chat in a little chat on the side, but it's not really super interactive. It's more just sit and listen and take notes and get inspired and learn. And they were kind of taking their cue from the National Wake Up Call, which Beachbody does every single week on Monday mornings, and you can listen to on the podcast. And there is just a wealth of information in those calls. They are so, I can't tell you how my business has been affected in every single way, shape, or form from these calls that I've been listening to since day one of being a coach. So I kind of took my cues from Becca, and I really wanted to sort of establish my own team culture and be able to speak to you guys as your leader, and just as I'm talking with you in individual conversations and have a pulse on sort of where our team is at, be able to provide training and information and inspiration and leadership as I can. But there's always been something nagging me in the back of my mind, because it's like, I feel like it's very redundant to have the National Wake Up Call, the Bombshell Dynasty call, the Team BTFP call, the Shine Tribe call, and then a lot of you guys now have your own teams and you're leading your own team calls. That's 5 team calls a week that you are either attending or wanting to listen to or catch up on, and it's just adding that onto everything in the back office, adding that onto everything on YouTube. It is a lot, and it's a lot of redundancy. And so instead of just following step with what Lindsay did and what Becca did and me trying to do the same thing, I started to reevaluate and sort of think through what would be best for us and what would be best for our team. And I did a little poll on the page a couple days ago, but I kind of already had some thoughts in place before I did that poll, and what you guys responded to me confirmed what I was already feeling and thinking. And so I've decided to no longer have weekly team calls that will be training in nature. Instead, what I have decided to do is condense trainings down to 10-minute live videos that I'll be doing in the Shine Tribe page at least once a week to maybe 2 to 3 times a week, depending on sort of the topic and how much I need to share on it. Those will be taking place every single week. There'll be at least a nugget or 2 of training that will be condensed down to just 10 minutes. I feel like most topics can really be sort of talked through and given to you in 10 minutes or less. And if I don't know about you guys, but in my busy life, to be able to even have 30, 45, or an hour chunk of time to sit and listen to a call is very rare and is very difficult for me. But to get little 10-minute nuggets here and there and jot down little notes and put in and try and work into my daily schedule if I need to change things, if I want to implement something new, it's more digestible for me in that format. And so I'm hoping that that's the same for you guys. I know all of us are very busy. Most of us have kids, and we're just got a lot going on. So that is going to be my new format of giving training to you guys, is in 10-minute live videos on our Shine page, at least once a week, up to as many as 3 times a week. Now, that doesn't mean that we will never meet like this on a Zoom call. I am planning to do once a month, the very last Monday of the month, and don't worry, you don't have to remember all this. I'll be reminding you and posting in the page. But once a month, on the very last Monday of the month, I'm going to do a power planning session for the next month. What I want us to do is leaders look ahead. They're not reacting. They are proactive. So I want to start training all of us, myself included, because planning ahead is a weakness of mine. I want to train all of us to the very last Monday of the month, be looking ahead to the next month and do a power planning session. What program is on promotion? What program are you going to be talking about? What program are you going to be doing? Are you going to be doing a coach sneak peek? Are you going to be running a free group? If you are, what is that free group? When is it going to be? When are you going to start promoting that free group? When are you going to start promoting your challenge group? When are you going to run your challenge group? Okay, so all of that is stuff that you should be thinking about for the month ahead before that month starts. That way you're not just doing things haphazardly, but you have a focus. Is this month, are you focused on growing your audience and providing value? Or are you focused on recruiting coaches? Or are you focused on really supporting your challengers and getting them great results? Every month may look a little different depending on your goals, depending on where you're at in the business, depending on whatever. And so as leaders, we need to be looking ahead at our month and really planning it out so that no matter how you feel, no matter what's going on, you've already got a game plan for that month, and all you have to do is execute. And I find that executing is way easier than every day scrambling and be like, oh gosh, I've got to post something. What do I want to post about? When I already know and I'm locked and I'm loaded and I'm focused on what I want to do this month, it is so much easier for me to just put my head down and get to business. Get in. I know I'm promoting Core to Force. I'm promoting Core to Force. I do it. I do a video. I post a video. I post this. I do this. I do that. I talk to these people, and I get it done because I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm focused on. So I'm going to be doing these power planning sessions at the end of each month, looking ahead to the next month. Is there a Super Saturday that month? Are you going to be inviting people to go with you? Because I don't know about you guys, but when I don't plan ahead, all of a sudden it sneaks up on me that, oh my gosh, the new year is January, and oh my gosh, it's already December 30th, and I should probably start talking about goals in the new year. No, like we all have known for a while now that January is coming. So we should already be thinking about what are we going to do to start talking about the new year, start getting people primed and ready so that when we're ready to open up our challenge group, we've got people who are like, yeah, I've been thinking about this. I've been watching you. I've been listening. You know what I mean? The setup is so important to having a successful month. And so instead of doing a training team call where I train you on whatever, how to make a good post on Facebook, we're just going to do monthly, at the end of every month, power planning sessions. And I would love to, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Becca does calendars, right, for her team page. And it basically says, you know, when she's running a sneak peek, when she's doing her challenge group, when she's doing this, that, and the other, and kind of ideas for, you know, maybe you should post about this on this day. And those are very helpful. But if you don't have the same goals as Becca, or if you're not on the same timeline as Becca, then that calendar isn't so helpful. So my hope is that we would all just maybe print out a blank calendar template, and maybe some of us will have the same calendar ideas and the same dates we want for our challenge groups, and maybe not. My goal is for you to come away with a calendar that fits you, and your goals and your plans, and we're all going to be supporting each other and talking through that together. So instead of me like handing you a calendar and being like, this is what we're doing all as a team, it's going to be more like me handing you the tools for you to make your own calendar and for you to decide what you want to do that month. So that will be our one time that the entire Shine Tribe is invited to every month, last Monday of the month. Now, the second call that I'm going to be doing is just for my personally sponsored coaches. And this is where I want to do more mentorship with you. And as much as I would love to do hour-long one-on-one calls with each of you every single month, I would die to do that. I would love to do that so much. But until I'm able to either bring my husband home or hire a full-time nanny or I don't know what, find more hours in a day, there just are not enough hours in the day for me to be able to do that. But what I would like to do is have a monthly, probably in the middle of the month, since the power planning call will be at the end of the month, a monthly sort of, and I've done these before, like a brainstorming roundtable discussion type of call that's only for my personally sponsored coaches. And this is a place where, you know, I may provide a little structure. I may say like, okay, tonight we're going to talk about inviting. So come to me with, you know, your questions or your struggles on inviting, or, you know, come to me with your great ideas or things that are working for you so we can all benefit. And we're just going to have like a sort of a group mentorship call where we can all be sharing with each other. I think it will really help us to pull together as a team. So it's not just me talking and you guys listening, because that, I mean, I just feel like I'd rather hear from you guys. I'd rather have like a real conversation with you guys about what's going on in your business and how we can all support each other and help each other. And, you know, if one person speaks up and has a question or is struggling with something and I'm able to talk to them and maybe somebody else has some good ideas and they're getting ideas from all of us, chances are they're not the only one. And when we do it in a group, we all benefit. We all get to, you know, experience sort of, maybe you didn't ask it, but you were thinking it. You know what I mean? Like it gives us this ability to just work together as a team and have some group mentorship going on. Now, I will still be available for one-on-one mentorships. If you're feeling like you want some personalized whatever, I'm totally available, and I still have, you know, aspirations to get a little better schedule together to be able to be even more available for you guys. But at least we know that once a month, if you hop on that group mentorship call, you know, we can talk things out. We can hash things out. We can get some solutions together. We can brainstorm together, and we can have some mentorship happening in those calls. Now, those calls you will have to qualify to attend those calls by submitting a tracker. So you will have to at least have 1 week of tracker submitted to me before you can have access to that call. And here's why I'm doing that. Because not so much for me, because I will look at your tracker, but mostly for you to be able to have that tracker and see that tracker and know that, because I don't know about you guys, I hate tracking. I hate tracking my business. So tedious. I am not a tedious type of person. I'm a passion person, but that is so necessary for me. And when Becca requires me to hand in my tracker, it's her way of loving me and holding me to forcing me to get it done. And I'm always thankful that I have to do it, because if I didn't have to do it, I wouldn't do it. And so that's my reasoning behind requiring your tracker to be submitted at least 1 week of data before you can have access to that mentorship call, if that's what you want to be a part of. Yes, for me to be able to look at it, but more so for you to be able to look at it. Because whenever I do my tracker, I see so clearly, and once you've done it a couple times, you're going to see so clearly like, oh, I need to work on expanding my reach. I am not getting a lot of people seeing my stuff. Boom, I have a focus. It just simplifies it. Or, oh man, I really need to work on recruiting coaches. I haven't recruited like any coaches this month. Okay, boom, that gives me my focus. Yes, so that is for the personally sponsored mentorship call. The power planning call at the end of the month is for anyone, no requirements, no, you don't need to qualify for anything like that. That's open to the entire downline. That's just a free-for-all. Like, let's just plan out our month. But yeah, the personally sponsored mentorship call where it's going to be a roundtable discussion. I want all of your mics unmuted. I want everybody talking and sharing and brainstorming together. That you will have to submit a tracker in order to be a part of that group. So that way just, it's going to be a much more productive group because we're not coming in like, well, I don't know what's going on with my business. You know what I mean? Like if I'm like, hey guys, what's going on with your business? And you're like, well, I don't know. Then it's not going to be a very productive conversation. Whereas if you say, okay, here's what's going on with my business. Here's my week. Here's what I did. Here's what I didn't do. Here's what I'm struggling with. Then we can talk. We have something to talk about. So yeah, that is the new plan. We are going to start this in January. So I still have a couple of guest speakers for December, which I'm really excited about. So we're going to continue to do our Monday night calls through the month of December. But starting in January, there will be no weekly Monday night calls. There will be 10-minute live video trainings, little bits here and there. There will be our end of the month power planning session. And then there will be our middle of the month, personally sponsored coach only. You have to submit your tracker, mentorship, roundtable discussion call. So I hope that this will really serve our team. I think if we're looking for just a training type of call where you just sit and receive, ladies, there are so many of them. There are so many of them. And I just don't feel like I need to keep repeating and recreating the wheel. As much as I love it, I really love leading calls. I really love it. But I just think that there's a better way for us to spend our time, more productive things that we can do that will really serve us as a team specifically. And as I come across other team calls that I think are really exceptional, I'll be sharing them on our page, and so we'll still be getting that. But as far as us spending our time together, I'm very excited about doing these other activities instead of just a sit and listen type of call. So yeah, that is what's up. That's what's up for our team calls. Do you guys have any questions, any thoughts, any comments, any ideas? Oh, okay, sorry. Well, go ahead and share that if you had them. I am only opening up my mentorship to my personally sponsored coaches. My hope is that if you have downline coaches, will do the same with your downline coaches, because I am not going to be doing that for your downline coaches. And I am doing that intentionally because I want them to see you as the leader of your team. And intentionally, that's why I actually started doing my own team calls, is because I didn't want my team to look to Becca to mentor them. I felt like, well, that's not fair to Becca, like for me to just, I'll sign up people, but Becca, you mentor them for me. Like I wanted to own my own team. I wanted to set our direction. I wanted to be in your lives, right? And be able to be that leader for you guys. So that's why I started doing my own team calls. But I want to release you guys to step up into that role with your own team. And I think this will be much more doable than you leading your own team calls every week, because doing a team call is a lot of work. I rarely do slides. You guys know that, but you should be, most leaders, they do slides on PowerPoint. They come up with content. They have talking points. It's a lot of work to come up with a team call topic and then talk on it for 20 or 30 or 40 minutes every week. It is so much work. And I want to free you guys up to not have to do that, because we've got plenty of weekly team calls. And then to be able to take your own coaches kind of under your wing and have these roundtable mentorship just chats with them Because the beauty of doing your team calls like that is that you get a pulse on your team. You get to know what they're struggling with, where they need help, where they're really excelling. You really get to know where your team is at, and you can kind of know how to lead them. You can know like what kind of personal development they really need, or what kind of trainings they're kind of lacking in, or what kind of whatever, because you've got a pulse on your team, because you have a little huddle every week or every other week or every month. And that huddle allows you to interact and really get to know where your team is at. So I am not doing that for your coaches because I want you to do that for your coaches. And there will be exceptions if there are some downline coaches whose their upline has canceled or who isn't active or whatever, but I know you guys, and you guys are in this, and you guys are working this. And so as you build your teams, I would encourage you don't have to, but I would encourage you to take that same roundtable mentorship call and carry it on with your coaches, because you can do that even if you only have one coach. It's kind of awkward to do a teaching team call when you only have one coach to be like, well, today we're going to learn about such and such, and here are my points. If it's just one coach, right? That's kind of awkward. But you can have like a, hey, how's your business going? How are things going this week? You know, that kind of informal roundtable discussion, even if it's just one or two business builders that you've got on your team. And you can establish this pattern of like a weekly or a monthly or a bi-weekly, whatever, check-in with them. So that way you know that you kind of know what's going on. You're checking in every so often. So anyways, that's why I'm only doing it for my personally sponsored coaches. A call to action. Yeah, a call to action. That is a really good idea. And actually, so I don't know how many of you guys were in the Triwizard tournament, but the pop-up challenges were really fun. And I ran that with Courtney and Lynette, and we were all talking about how much fun those pop-up challenges were for us, and how it was almost like a call to action. It's almost like making Coach Basics into a fun game that everyone was like wanting to do the stuff that we usually tell people to do in Coach Basics and they never do. And so we were thinking of doing that more often in our team pages, you know, like maybe having like little gifts, like, guys, I just found the most awesome, adorable, what are they called? They're called like pins of encouragement. I don't know, whatever. They're like these little pins that are so cute. And they say things like, I ate kale today, or I got a shower, or whatever, you know, the adult things that we're all like, we have to do, but nobody gives you a sticker for, or a pin, or a congratulations for. They're so cute. Anyways, I'm probably going to buy like a bunch of them and give them away as little prizes. But yeah, just having like little prizes and doing pop-up challenges. And so maybe that would be a cool thing to put at the end of like a little mini training. Like, here's how to do such and such. Now the first 5 people who do it are going to get a prize, and post here and whatever. Ooh, yeah. I am always looking for cute gifts. I've been like trolling the Target dollar spot also for some cute little stuff to get. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think it's really fun to do these little pop-up challenges, and it makes it like exciting. And anyways, so yeah, that's our direction. That's where we're going. That's what we're going to be doing in 2017. And I am excited about it. And I'm excited to have a little bit more like interaction with you guys. Because it's like my favorite thing. I don't get to do it enough. So yeah. Cool. Well, that's all I got. 25 minutes, guys. How's that for a nice, quick, short, little, yes. Shout out to Marlena. Guys, everybody, let's just shout out to Marlena right now. Raise the roof, everybody, for Marlena. She is killing it. And, yeah. All the love to Marlena. Totally. Well deserved. And I think, is everybody doing quarter fours? I think most of us are doing quarter fours. So have you guys all been loving it? How's it been going for you guys? It's been pretty great. It's been hard. It's been hard to do longer workouts. Let me tell you, I got pretty comfortable doing 30-minute stuff. Alicia says yes and no. What does that mean, Alicia? Yes and no. You're loving it and you're hating it. I think we all do. We all love it and hate it. Yeah. Yep. Definitely sore. Yeah, 47 minutes. And then if you tack on the core kinetics, which is another 16 minutes, I mean, it's like an hour. But it's good. It's good. It's good to challenge. And I think these workouts do go by fast because they're like little 3-minute spurts. So it feels, I don't know, it feels like quicker in some respects. And then in other respects, I'm like dying and I'm like, I have 30 minutes left. What? Yeah, and you have to think more. Yes. Oh my gosh. It's shown me how uncoordinated I am because I literally have to like go so slow. I'm like, okay, wait. And I have to say it out loud. Do you guys have to say it out loud? I have to say like jab, hook, switch kick, you know? And my brain is like, yeah. I feel the same way. I got to the point where I was like, I almost felt like I was going to throw up, you know, when you get to that point. And I've only ever felt that way in Insanity Max 30. But in Insanity Max 30, I always think, I hate this, I'm going to die. I hate this, I'm going to die. And in quarter force, I don't think that. I'm just like, hook, jab, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to throw up. Like, am I really working that hard? I don't think that I'm working that hard. And then I am. Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah. It's good that our brains are working though, because it's actually really important for your health, for your like mental health. So it's good. Hopefully we'll all be like, yeah, and for our mom brains. Yes. Well, good guys. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love Jericho. She's so cool. I just want to be her friend. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, I am going to, oh gosh, I've been recording this whole part. Well,